Digital badges, or openbadges.org, if you'd like to have a look at the website from Mozilla. A digital badge is a technology, it's a token. So I can make an image and I can put metadata in that image to say, I've awarded you, Shelley, this badge to indicate something. Now, I guess broadly speaking, we can use digital badging for two things, and it is very broad. One is to do what we say gamifying learning. So the more you participate, the more you do certain things, I will give you tokens or badges in recognition that you have done things. Now, that's what I would call the participation side of badges. Now, I think that's interesting, but there are some pitfalls in that side. It could get quite trivial quite quickly. Everyone's going to think of Scout badges and elephant stamps, and that immediately takes us to like primary school learning. That doesn't always fit or sit well with higher education. There's another use for badges, and I think this is the place that at Deakin certainly we'd be more interested in going. That is, we have games already in higher education. We have games called marks, grades and credits. So students sign up to do a unit, they do their assessments, they get a certain number of marks. There's a certain number of marks required. Sometimes they know exactly how to get the right number or just a few more. That's a game. So we have games already. Now, that system works quite well, but not perfectly well, as no system does. The thing that employers can't always recognise, and nor can we as teachers and nor can students, is when we reduce learning achievement to things like marks and credits, they are tokens as well, and they're hiding things under them. So I might have a credit in this unit or course, and it doesn't tell me exactly where the gaps were in my development. I just know that's the summative outcome of what happened in this course, and I'm passed and on I go. So we think there's a gap there that digital badging could help with, and that is if we really focus on these outcomes and standards. So I might say, a pharmacy student has to be able to communicate in this way at this standard to be considered proficient, if you like, must be able to, for example, communicate with a patient, diagnose in, let's say, standard English. If I see the student demonstrate that behaviour on work placement, in a unit, in an assignment or whatever, alongside the system called marks and credits, I could independently endorse that student and give them a badge to indicate, yes, I as an accredited assessor have seen you, witnessed you, demonstrating this outcome and standard. So here is the token, here is the warrant, here is the digital badge, which indicates that you have met at least once this particular minimum learning outcome and minimum standard. So that's where we would like to go at Deakin University. That's what we're talking about doing. We need to do that very carefully. These systems of marks and credits have been in place. They're not perfect, but they've been in place for a long time. They're well understood. We need to have a careful conversation about having another way of warranting learning. Now, this is not new. Students, universities around the world have been using what they call employability awards for quite a long time. I think York University in England was one of the first. They give a co-curricular certificate to indicate that the student has participated in this or that or volunteered or whatever it is. Now again, that's fairly participatory, and if you like, a degree in itself is a badge. So what we're thinking of doing is not tampering with that system, but enhancing it by giving a digital token which indicates a more focused achievement of particular learning outcomes or graduate capabilities.